Please, can you hear me? Kindly let me know in the comment section if you can hear me. All right, so I decided to take up this exercise because many a times when I post about study abroad opportunities, I am only trying to inform people about the opportunities available for them to grab, and I get a lot of requests about helping them to apply for these scholarships. Myself, I earned a scholarship, Czech government scholarship in 2015, but that didn't come easy. I had to apply for several scholarships between towards the end of 2012 and then 2015 until I had two of them same year and chose one. So applying for scholarships and being successful with scholarship is not necessarily a one time try. It's a long process. It's cumbersome. You need patience, you need commitment, and you need to be consistent with the with applications. So when you come and ask me to help you, I might spare some 30 minutes to answer some questions that you want. But if you want me to go about applying everything for you, doing everything on your behalf, it's going to take a lot of time and that will attract some fees or charges. That notwithstanding, I feel like there are people who genuinely do not have the means to afford and they need some direction to do the process by themselves. So I'm going to be doing this exercise once a while, which may serve the interest of many people than me having to do it for every one person that comes to me. So in a day, if I get 10 people asking me to help with application for every scholarship information I post, it means that my day is already full without my normal job and stuff. And man has to eat and feed the family. So please take this exercise seriously, learn and answer the necessary questions that will help you to be able to do it yourself, to do this as scholarship applications and study abroad applications yourself. And then maybe in the course of doing it yourself, if you are met with some few challenges, you can come back to me for clarification and I can help you. So today I want us to talk about the Czech, the Portugal Government Scholarship and how to apply for it. In fact, different scholarships do have different application procedures, or I would say processes, and so there is not a one fit it all approach to applying for various scholarships. For example, to apply for some scholarships, you would need to apply for eligible um, programs at the eligible universities. And following that, you can now go to the government scholarship portal and apply for the scholarship using the information you applied for in your school application. In some instances, for example, for Canada and Australia, New Zealand, you need to first apply for study program. And even before you can apply for the study program, if it's going to be a research study program like Masters by Research or PhD, you would need to identify a potential supervisor, communicate with the supervisor, get some assurance from the supervisor before you can go ahead and put in the application. Without that, you can never complete an application to study in Canada or Australia or New Zealand, some of the universities. But if it is not a research program, then you can apply without needing a potential supervisor. So today I want us to zero in on the how to apply for the Portugal government scholarship. I have just one or two slides, yeah, just one slide, and then the rest of the processes will be hands-on. We're going to go through the processes together, navigate the challenges, and then you would know that these are the steps you would have to follow. And one most important thing you should know is that even if you don't intend to apply for this scholarship this year, this scholarship is recurring. And so every year it's available for international students to apply. So if you learn the processes or the steps today and you don't apply it this year, you can use the same knowledge subsequent year to um, apply for this scholarship. So this Portugal government scholarship application is in twofold. First, you must apply for eligible programs, bachelor's, master's, PhD programs taught in either English or Portugal. You should apply to a determined or public university or any of the public universities or polytechnics in Portugal. So you should research programs and universities and then apply. Okay. And when you have finished applying for the study program, then you can go ahead and um, apply for the scholarship. So here I have listed a few points or overview of what needs to be done or what needs to be put in place prior to going to the website um, of the scholarship application. First, research programs and universities. Second, you must check eligibility. Every program, be it bachelor's, master's, or PhD, has eligibility criteria that they look out for. It may border on what you have studied previously. So, if you are going for master's, they are looking for maybe masters in fine art. They are looking for people who have studied bachelors in fine art or cultural studies or something. We will look at all those things during the application process. So you have to do that. You have to do the eligibility checks to know that you meet the um, eligibility criteria before you do the application. You also have to prepare application documents. Some of the common application documents required by all applications are your academic certificates. If you are applying for PhD, then you should have a master's and a bachelor's. If you are applying for master's, then you should have a bachelor's certificate and transcript. And if you are applying for bachelor's, you must have a secondary school or a high school certificate and transcript, depending on where you are coming from. So some also will require a proof of language proficiency. There are several ways to provide proof of proficiency, and you should look carefully on the program's website what they require from international students when applying for to study a program in terms of language proficiency. Some do ask for proficiency letter from institutions whose basic medium of instruction is English. So if you are applying to go and study English program and you have studied previously in English or the first language of your country is English, they just need English proficiency letter. If you are coming from a francophone country where you were not taught in English, then you have to demonstrate that you are proficient in English by providing uh, a test score, standardized test score, maybe IELTS or TOEFL. And you can see institutional certificates or letters are also accepted. Another important document to prepare is personal statement or motivation letter. In on my channel, you will find a session that was dedicated to application essays. These essays are very instrumental, and they are partially a deciding factor in your success, um, t- for application or otherwise. So you need to craft a convincing statement of purpose or motivation letter that articulates your goals, your experiences, your knowledge, your long-term and short-term goals, and your extracurricular activities or leadership skills and stuff, all geared towards your long-term goal and should align with the program you intend to study. You can also highlight your academic achievements and goals, as I have already indicated, and your updated resume or CV. Um, you don't have to have one master. Well, you can have one master CV, from which you can always tailor specific CVs or resume for specific calls or application. You may want to apply for different programs for different universities, and depending on what the programs will be looking out for from potential candidates or students, you would have, if you intend to apply to three different universities or programs, you may need to have three distinct CVs, maybe some slight changes in the CVs, just to bring out or just to align the CV or the resume with the application, the program you are applying or the university you are applying to their goals. All right. And then letters of recommendations or reference letters. You need this um, from referees, usually supervisors or previous lecturers or professors. And this has been a big challenge to many people who have completed their studies several years and wanting to go back. They contact their universities, and it's difficult to get recommendation letters from them. Ideally, a suitable recommendation letter should be very personalized. The supervisor or the person, the referee should write personal reference for you to show that they know you, they can vouch for your success and stuff. But many of you seldom get that because they have a general format. They do not even have time to respond. Sometimes they don't even have to write a letter. They will be sent a link, and with the link they would fill some forms and then upload their recommendation letter. And if they can't speak excellently about you, it becomes a challenge convincing your admission officer to accept you into the program. So just take note that recommendations letters are very important, and whenever possible, try to network and connect with your referees so they can give you excellent recommendation letters. You will also need the, the scan of your passport bio page, and sometimes you will need a passport size photo for application processes. So that is the case for the Portugal government scholarship application. You need this to be able to complete an application, and then you have to, once you have identified a program, if the program is still open for application, you have to apply online for that eligible program or programs, and then attach your documents. Then you submit the application. When you submit the application, then you can go ahead and apply for um, the Portugal Government Scholarship at the official website of the uh, Portugal Government Scholarship. Uh, so this is just an overview. Now I'm going to pick two universities, University of Lisbon and then University of Porto. And then we would go through. Let's assume that all applicants or all my listeners here are going or are interested in applying for English taught program or and then masters. So just because it's a demo or demonstration, I'm not going to pick every course and then go through one by one. You know what you want, you know which program you studied in bachelor's or which kind of programs you are interested in. You would use the same procedure to um, you will use the same procedure to search for your desired program and apply. So for the purpose of this session, I would plead that we we select a few of them and then use accordingly. Okay, I need to share my entire screen, but pardon me. And let's see. I have already opened the University of Porto here, and I hope you can wait. Oh no, let me share again. I will share them one after the other, please. So bear with me, because if I want to share the entire screen, it will cause some effect. So let's go to the University of Porto, and yes, here we are. Please, can you see my screen? Let me know if you can see my screen. If not, then I would. Can you see University of Porto, U.Porto on the screen? Okay. So now we can go through. I will take you back. Well, to get here, you can do so easily by typing in Google University of Porto, right? And then it will bring you here. It will bring you here. So let me go back to the beginning of the page, and then we can go through the processes one after the other. Okay, so when you open, it's already in English. Sometimes it would appear in Portuguese, and then you have to select the English so that you can get everything in English. So when you open, when you go to, when you Google University of Porto and you click on um, the link, it will bring you here. And here you can see that they have study, research, innovate, life and stuff. All these are not the focus of our discussion today. So we go to study, right? When you go to study, depending on which level you want to study, there is bachelor's and integrated master's degree. The integrated master's degree means that it's a continuous uh, study program from bachelor's to master's, which is 5 year program. So it's 10 semesters of studies. And then you can also see master's degree and doctorate. So from all these, you can go to list of courses, right? And then here for this, I selected bachelor's and integrated master's degree. And then let's pick this first one. When you pick this first program, you can read more about it. You go to the right, University of Porto, and where the Faculty of Architecture, type of course integrated masters, duration 10 semesters. What is important to look out for is the language. If you don't want to study in Portuguese, you must always look out for English study programs. So here you can see that it's also suitable for English speaking students. Forget about the unless you are not applying for the scholarship, then you have to consider the fees. It's for international students, it's 4,250 euros per year. So just take note. I'm not quite sure what the CPLP international mean. Maybe some discounted fee for some selected international students. You have to look carefully for it. So once you know that English um, and you want to apply for, you should once you know that it's English and you want to apply for, then you have to probably learn more. And here, this is accredited for the um, the Portuguese government scholarship. So you can learn more about the program from uh, the learn more by clicking on the learn more. So when you click on it, you can read all the detailed admission options, documents, registered student admission applications. So for the specific program site, you would always find the admission information there. Here you can see there are no open application at the moment, so you can't apply for this course at this moment. You can always look up for the application period or deadline timeline and decide when to apply for that. All right. So I will probably share a different. Oh, I get it. You will not see this. Let me quickly go back, and I think this one that I was. Oh, so when I go to any new um give me a moment. I'm going to share the next page because when I click a link and it takes me to another link, you are not able to see um you are not able to see share screen, and then yes. Yes, so this is what I was talking about. There's no open applications at the moment. So as you can see, it's impossible to apply for this at the moment. But of course, if you are familiar with the application period, you can always look it up and apply accordingly. Okay, so um, let's forgo this one and look at another program. I am going for this program at the University of Lisbon. So let me share the screen. This one. Again, I'm going back to show how to find this. You can again Google or you can type ulisboa.pt/en. So if you type it directly to your um, URL, it will bring you to the University of Lisbon page. And once here, you can go through this menu here, right? And still again, you come to study and then programs. I hope you can see my screen. The programs will then open another page which will bring the study program again, integrated masters, that is from bachelor's to masters, and then they have master's program, they have doctoral programs or degree, and then diploma programs. So let's again go for masters, right? And the difference between the masters and the integrated masters is that for the masters, it is specifically for people who have already finished bachelor's and they want to continue with masters. But for the integrated masters, once more, it is people who have graduated from high school and they are seeking to study bachelor's and masters at the same time. So it's a 5 year program. And note that bachelor's program in Europe, most European universities are 3 years. So with a 2 year masters, 2 years extra, then you get a master's degree program. You can do the search here. Or you can, if you are familiar with specific application you want to make, you can search here and limit the search options. If not, I would, for example, go to the Faculty of Medicine and select biomedical research, and let's see what is there for us. There are a lot of information, but that is not what I'm interested in. I'm interested in whether the study program is in English or not. So yes, it's in both Portuguese and in English. And yes, please, before I continue, if you do have any question, do not hesitate to write your question in the comment section. I would attend to them in due course. So yes, this is accredited and it's also supported by the government scholarship. In case you are not considering, scholarship, you pay 2,700 euros for tuition fee first year, and for the following year you pay less. You pay 1,950 euros. And here you can see that they have indicated here that you can apply now, right? And they also have some contest. If you international student, I think it's also basic. These are the fees for the locals, and if you're international student, these are the fees for you. For the first year, you pay this, and then for the following year, you pay this much. So apply now. Let's see. I'm going to share that screen now. So you can see that now I'm at the page where I can file my application. It's in Portuguese, so let me see if I can change it into English to make it easy for me. Okay. Only users without institution Lisbon or school account. Okay. Um, I don't have. So, mm, wow. So you see some of the challenges. Now I am expected to have some username and password, but let's see. Let me try and see if it's something that we cannot register here and see. Okay, I have not entered correctly. So, oh, you can't see the screen. Sorry. Ah, yes. Please, can you see it now? Oh, okay. Yeah. Now I can see you can see it. Sorry for the first time. So I'm trying to. I come to this page and they have given a space for credentials, right? Under normal circumstance, you should see a place where new applicants will register, but I do not see it here. And and I am not a user of University of Lisbon, so um, I cannot also use this function. All right. So I would, under normal circumstance, okay, good, wait, great. So here we have an option. Can you still see my screen? Here we have an option to create an account, right? Here I can create account, but the 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 query is that I belong to University of Lisbon and I still don't have a user account. And the truth is I don't belong there. Let's see if there is an option here. Okay, no, not for us. So let's see if we can create a new account to allow us to go through the application. And this is just for demonstration purpose. I will share this part of the screen because I am sure you can't see this one too. Mm, this one. Yes. Mhm. Oh no. Think yeah, not this one. Pardon me. Next time I probably will have to do it on Zoom, maybe to make the changing of screen a bit easier. So when I clicked on create account, it brought me to this page. It's in Portuguese. Let's go for English and see. So I'm already a user. No, I'm not already a user. I'm not yet a user. So let's see. Oof, I hope now you can see the screen. So yeah, here they ask if you're already a user. You are not a user. Uh, you're not a user. So you come here and they asking you to choose an institution. It's really tricky, but let's see if I can find something that will help us go through with the application. Let's see, let me fill in your temporary user. Okay, so let me use my email and then also put some password and see. Um, but I don't have an email address here. Okay, let's see. Please confirm that you are not a robot. Okay, go here and then send and let's see. Incorrect username and password. Yeah, so applying to this one is also quite challenging. So I'm going to go back to another program and we can together find out how to apply for a specific program. And maybe this time around, I will search for a program which would be applicable to some of our audience here. So I will close this screen and then go back to Portal, share screen. Uh, I'm going back to masters and then list of courses. Okay, this screen issue. I'm back to Porto again, University of Porto, and then I'm at the master's level and then courses. All right, so they have various programs listed here. Faculty of Fine Art. You can see the masters. I have a person who might be interested in um, graphic design or something. But once again, you come and then the language is in Portuguese. If you are ready to commit 1 year to studying Portuguese language before starting the master's program, then you are fine to choose or select a program in Portuguese. Otherwise, then go ahead and search for programs in English. And note that these are not the only universities you can search. I'm just using them for demonstration. And I'm trying to as well show you some of the difficulties or how to go about with the application. Sometimes you have to juggle through and even consult Google and stuff to know how to go about the um, application process because you can clearly see that for the first time I have failed in creating an account to start my application. Let's see if we have some programs here in English and whether they are open for um, application. This is also in Portuguese. Wow, this is also in Portuguese. Mm, also in Portuguese. Mm. And yeah, by the way, all the time they show how many vacancies are there or people they are accepting. So just be sure that the program is not too competitive and it's within uh, your your competitive advantage program before you apply to that. So not sure if I'm gonna find any English program, but let's see. This is also Portuguese. Let's go to learn more and let's see if they are open for application. I'm going to share that screen. Um, share screen. Um, and then back to share. Okay. Admissions application here. Read about payment method. But, okay, so currently they have also not opened for any application. So in summary, I feel like once the university is open to accepting application, you should find a link that will connect you to apply. Now, I'm going to do something because I have failed to be able to apply for particular program. So I'm going to consult Google to find out how to uh, file application at the University of Lisbon, okay, for master study. So let's do that together. Here, let me see. Google. Can you still see my screen? Okay. Um, so I'm searching for University of Lisbon Masters application portal. Let's hope that we can get something out of this. So you see, wait, open applications fully taught in English. Let's check. I am not too sure about this one, but let's check if it will provide us some useful. Definitely not the University of Lisbon. Okay, so I'm going back to find something that has to do with Lisbon. Just well, it brings me back. It brings me back to the same place. Let's see. There is Masters Art Education. Um, Language is Portuguese, but let me see the apply now again, and hopefully we can figure out something. I'm going to share screen. So sharing screen. Apply. Share screen. Again, yeah, it brought me back to the same. Um, brought me back to the same page. Only for users without institutional account at Lisbon or school. And yes, but wow. Yeah, okay. I will find another university and we will try to see if we can find because without it, I'm going back to let me share this information. Without being able to apply for um, without being able to apply for the university program or application, you would not be able to complete the scholarship. So here is the scholarship portal, and here after you have applied to the university, you will have some credentials, and you will use those credentials to start the scholarship application, and you would follow through. But now, first of all, we have to apply and get those user codes and keywords or password, put them in, and we can continue from there. And here is the case, we are not able to do so. And please note that um, the Portugal Government Scholarship application deadline is 30th of um, September. What I am thinking now or imagining now is that at the beginning of this year, the actual applications were opened for normal filing of application for admission, and now because they are no longer actively taking in new applications, it is not possible to file any application. So it's only those who had previously filed some applications that can enter and see the application. That is why when we go to apply now, they have limited it to people who already have um, who have already applied to study. Because, moment, I think I'm sharing something different. Yeah, because here there is no option to create account. And if there's no option to create account, it's impossible to start as a new applicant. And I think it's so because currently active application, yeah, sorry. It's like currently active application has closed, and that's why. But again, as I said at the beginning of my session, I mentioned that this process is recurring, which means that every year you can apply and go through the same processes. I'm going to search one more time from a different university and see if application there is still open to we may be able to go through the process and complete it. If application is still not open, then it means that we are late for the application of the Portugal Government Scholarship for the 2025-2026 intake. But hopefully next year, 2026-2027 intake will be available for us to apply. And you see, sometimes these are the challenges when you contact us to help with the applying for scholarship for you and staff we face, and we need to do a lot of consultations and a lot of searches to be able to deliver what you are requesting from us. So kindly uh, bear with us, and thank you, Mr. Banda and um, Nanama, for giving me feedback on the session or the activity. So I'm going to generally look for a university in Portugal which is still open for admission, okay? And let's see. Okay. Meanwhile, they are giving me that University of Porto is has some interesting. Well, maybe I didn't search for all the programs, but wait, let's see. University of Lisbon. Mm, let me see this one. 26 masters program in English are available. Let's see. Please, if you have any question, keep your questions coming, and we will get to them along the line. Okay. No, I'm not logging in. So they have actuarial science, which is in English, and they have accounting, but I doubt they are open. Law and management. Is it still Lisbon? Management and industrial strategy. Okay, I will go to the University of Lisbon's page again and see if these programs are still available for admission. Please give me a moment. I will share the screen once I find something. Um, Steve Lisbon, law and management. Let me see if there is English. Yeah, so this is English. Apply now. Let me see. Again here. Uh, 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 uh. Yeah, this is English, but law and management. It's in English, but they are not allowing for application. Well, okay, let me see. Maybe I'll find some timelines. Oh, page not found. I'm not sharing the screen because I'm trying to find something convincing. Then I can search what I'm getting. Some page not found, etc. Yeah. All right. So I'm sorry, but I mean I tried. So basically, um, maybe the take-home message is that first of all, you must go through. You must first apply to a program of interest which qualifies for the government scholarship, and after that process, you can go ahead and do apply for um, the government scholarship. I'm probably going to go back to this process when they open application for the next intake, because it seems this intake we missed the first part of the application process, which is the application to study in a specific university and then get a feedback. I think around June they gave, if you would be admitted, you would have already been informed, and if you will not be admitted, you would have already been informed. And during that period, they opened the application for the government scholarship, as I earlier on indicated. Where is it? Yeah. So you can see they open it between 25th June and until September 30th. So because we missed the first part, we are unable to proceed to the second part, which is the actual application for the scholarship. But otherwise, there is nothing more to say or to add than maybe take some questions, if any. Yes, I didn't share the rest of the screen. Oh, okay, I get the point you are trying to say. Sorry. I would I would I would share what I was talking about. So this is what I was referring to. This is the website for the scholarship application. And as I said earlier on, before you can apply for the scholarship, you should, during the application process for admission, at a certain stage, you would take that you want to be considered for the Portuguese government scholarship or Portugal government scholarship. And once you take that, you will receive a user code, and then, okay, again, screen not sharing. I'm sorry, guys, for shuffling through this. Is quite not easy, but yeah, bear with me. So this is what I was trying to show you. When you apply for admission to study a master's, bachelor's, or PhD program, during the application process, there is a part where you can tick if you want to be considered for Portuguese government scholarship or Portugal government scholarship. Once you take that and you submit your application, you will receive user code and then a password, and then you will use those information to um, log in at the scholarship portal, application portal, and then follow the processes to apply for the scholarship. But here we are unable to submit an application and um, and continue to apply for the scholarship. So I'm sorry about this aspect of the session. If I find any workaround, I will record a nice video and share the video. Otherwise, we would have to wait until they open application for normal admission. Then we can do that application, wait, and then apply for the scholarship once the scholarship opens. And that will be for the next intake and not this intake. So bear with me, and I hope that at least we have learned something from this engagement. If not, probably um, we can look at other things. I will try to also prepare some information on applying to Canada and Australia. I have gotten a lot of inquiry about how people can apply to University of Melbourne and stuff. I am thinking that they are advertising the scholarships following the actual school applications, and that's why it seems a bit difficult to navigate the school application. But if it was at the time of school application, we could go through, and this process also holds for other other universities and country as well. So pardon me for today. I would come back better and more convincing next time. And thank you all for your time. I didn't get any questions from you, so I guess we can call it a day and hopefully meet some other time. Thank you all.